That uniform yours?
Yes, sir. I just returned from deployment this morning.
You have any proof you're actually military?
Yes, sir. My military ID is in my jacket pocket.
Hands up. Do not reach for anything.
Officer, you asked me to show my ID.
Deputy Nolan Price had no idea what kind of chain reaction he had just triggered. Within 3 days, federal authorities would step in. Military command would demand answers. The Department of Justice would open a civil rights investigation. And Price would be facing charges that carried a possible sentence of more than 6 decades behind bars. The man kneeling on the cold concrete that morning was not a criminal. He was not a suspect. He was an active-duty Marine with multiple combat deployments, decorated for bravery under fire. And every second of what was happening to him was being captured on camera. Before we go any further, let me ask you something. Have you ever been treated unfairly by someone who held power over you? Leave your answer in the comments. Deputy Price had no idea who he had just ordered to the ground. Staff Sergeant Marcus Reed was 29 years old. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps straight out of high school. Over the next 11 years, he served his country across 3 overseas deployments, including 2 extended tours in the Middle East. He wasn't just another Marine, he was highly decorated. One of those decorations was a Bronze Star with Valor. That medal came from a single moment that changed several lives. Reed's unit had been ambushed. Gunfire tore through their position. 2 Marines were pinned down, another badly wounded. Reed ran directly into the chaos, ignoring incoming fire. He pulled all 3 men out, one by one, and kept them alive until medical evacuation arrived. He also carried 2 Purple Hearts, proof that he had been injured in combat twice. Each time he recovered and returned to duty. His commanding officers described him as disciplined, steady, and unshakable under pressure. Promotion boards had already flagged him as a future gunnery sergeant. On this January morning, Reed wasn't looking for trouble. He had just completed a 7-month deployment and attended a brief welcome home ceremony earlier that day. He was still wearing his Marine dress blues, the dark jacket, the white cover, ribbons and medals aligned perfectly across his chest. US Marines clearly visible. He had one simple plan: drive home and surprise his mother. About 45 miles from her house, Reed pulled off the highway to refuel and grab coffee. He'd been driving since dawn. The gas station sat just outside a small town in southern Alabama. The air was cold, the sky clear. An American flag snapped loudly above the pumps. Reed stepped out of his car, started fueling, and called his younger brother. "I'm close," he said. "Don't tell Mom." Inside the station, Deputy Nolan Price was finishing a cup of coffee. Though officially off-duty, he was still driving his marked patrol vehicle. Price was 35 years old and had worn a sheriff's badge for nearly 9 years. On paper, his record looked clean. In reality, it wasn't. Over the previous 4 years, 5 citizens had filed formal complaints against him. Each complaint involved a traffic stop with no clear cause. Each involved unnecessary escalation, and every single complainant was black. Internal reviews cleared Price every time, citing insufficient evidence. Within the local black community, his name carried weight, and not the good kind. People warned each other about his cruiser. Parents told their kids to stay calm if they ever saw him. Price had detained a black church deacon for nearly an hour once, claiming the church van looked unusual. Another time, he called backup on a college student sitting alone in a public park, saying the student matched a description that never existed. He once questioned a store owner for acting suspicious while locking up his own business. Every incident ended the same way: no discipline, no consequences, until this day. When Price walked back outside and saw Marcus Reed standing at the pump, something in his expression changed. He noticed the uniform, the medals, the black man wearing them. Instead of respect, suspicion took over. Price slowed his steps, eyes fixed on Reed. He told himself the uniform had to be fake. He'd never seen a black Marine in full dress blues in this town before. And in that moment, he